Jim Henrik in Houston. Again, the Squire Shop, just like last week, racing to repair damage in time for its first race of the day. Let's get a word from owner Bob Stile.
Robert, think you can get it ready in time, or is it ready now?
Don, it's ready, but it's close. We're going to make it. Squire's always in there. We've got a great team here. I'll tell you, they're fighting their way through, but we're going to make it.
Been doing a lot of this the
close.
last couple of weeks.
It's close. Boy, I'll tell you, our fuel consumption is going to be very tight out there because we lost our surge tank. So we're going to run directly right into the fuel tank. So we'll be short of fuel possibly. We're going to have to start a little late, but...
All right, but you got a rudder in there, a new rudder.
New rudder, all new. It's all new back there. They've several camps have lent their parts here, and we thank them all. They've all done great.
Nice going.
Thank you, Don.
So it appears that all 6 boats will be ready for Heat 1B. And here's the rundown. The Squire Shop, Atlas, Executone Telephones, and on down the line. Good race coming up. And here's a great sight. The Squire Shop being lifted into the water. The Squire crew has done it again. They'll be ready for the race. Let's meet the drivers. First of all, the driver of the host boat, the Light All-Star, that being Tom Deeth out of Detroit, Michigan. Texmo driver Buck Thornton in his first race of 1984, the boat qualifying for the first time. Ron Snyder at American Speedy Printing. It's a miracle that boat is even here. We'll talk about that during the race. George Johnson of the Miss Executone Telephones, number 3 in national points this year. Chip Hanauer and the Atlas Van Lines. He won the national championship on this course in 1983. And Mickey Riemann, and as we said, the Squire Shop is ready for Heat 1B. The news isn't so good, however, for the Light All-Star. Tom Deeth waving, unable to start the Light, the turbine-powered boat. In the meantime, it'll be a 5-boat race for 1B. Here's the Executone with George Johnson in one of the outside lanes, and the race is on. On the inside is the Squire Shop with the Atlas Van Line screaming around the lane. In lane number 2, around that wide turn, Mickey Riemann on the right, Chip Hanauer on the left. This wide turn, in a way, is favoring these turbines because they feel with the light boat and the low center of gravity, they can actually go with the hammer down all the way around that wide turn. There's the battle for 3rd and 4th. American Speedy on the inside, the Executone Telephones on the outside. Coming into that tight second turn, you see Chip Hanauer and the Atlas Van Lines in first place with Mickey Riemann holding on, going the short route around the course. And the Atlas has gone dead in the water. Power problems for the Atlas Van Lines. It appears he's out of this race anyway, as the Squire Shop, this boat, with Mickey Riemann, moves into first place. What a success story after racing to get the boat ready in time. Jim Harvey, the crew chief, and the rest of the gang working on that boat. Well, they've got a first-place boat right now in Heat 1B. The Squire Shop, first place. Speed for the Squire, 112.3 miles per hour. In second place, here comes George Johnson and the Executone Telephones in that new Lucero designed and built boat out of Seattle. George in his 3rd year of driving for Executone Telephones. They're in second place. Speed 108 miles per hour. And this boat, for the first time, is qualified in 1984. The Texmo with Buck Thornton, the tunnel hole design. And as you see, it has problems in the turns. However, Chip Hanauer has even bigger problems with the Atlas Van Lines, waving that he's all right and he'll wait for a tow. Squire Shop in first place. Executone Telephones here in second. 3rd place, American Speedy Printing and Ron Snyder. Going into the tight second turn. The Squire Shop with Mickey Riemann qualifying at better than 128 miles per hour. The Executone, they've been experimenting with different power plants, even a turbocharged Merlin engine. That would be something. If they could perfect that system, they would create a great deal of power with these original World War II airplane engines. With the Squire Shop completing lap number 2 with a speed of 115.7 miles per hour. Mickey Riemann in first. Executone Telephones in second. And American Speedy with only one engine to work with today, and that one on loan from the Joe Ritchie Spirit of Detroit camp. Ron Snyder easing his way around the course, hoping to stay alive with only one engine. Of course, normally an engine or a camp has maybe 5 to 6 engines to work with. They have burned up at least 10 on the 1984 circuit. But they're staying alive today thanks to Joe Ritchie and thanks to their crew donating that engine so that American Speedy can stay alive. Here, Buck Thornton and the Texmo, the tunnel hole, and Mickey Riemann enjoying first place in fresh water as he comes around that tight turn again here on Clear Lake. in Houston, Texas. The final stop on the 1984 tour. Mickey Reeman on lap number 3. George Johnson in hot pursuit. You can see a bit of the spray from the rooster tail of the Squire. He's got about a rooster tail lead over the Executone Telephone. Squire Shop moving up on, I believe, the Texmo about to lap him as Mickey completes lap number 4, 112.7 miles per hour for Reeman and company. What a miracle that this boat is even running. They had to make quick repairs here. They had to make quick repairs at Lake of the Ozarks. But they had a similar problem when a blade broke on the propeller, damaging the transom on that boat. The Executone Telephone still in second place, and Ron Snyder taking a lot of the heat off of that engine, that turbocharged Allison. They extended the exhaust pipe so some of the heat wouldn't go directly into Ron's face, but it's still a mighty hot ride when you're riding in one of those conventional boats. Mickey Reeman cranking it to the left for one more time here in Heat 1B as he heads down the main straightaway for the last time. He's in front. He'll pick up 400 points as the winner of Heat 1B, Mickey Reeman and the Squire Shop. Great effort on the part of the Squire Shop's crew. They get 400 points. Executone Telephone second, American Speedy with 225. Only 3 boats finishing Heat 1B. Down to Jim in the pits.
Don, I guess the big story of the Squire Shop victory is the crew. They worked so hard to put him out there. Let's talk to the crew chief, Jim Harvey. Jim, I heard you say, I've never had a year like this.
It's incredible. It seems like every other race we've had a major problem with the hull as far as propeller breaking and doing extensive damage, which would normally take 2 or 3 weeks to repair, and we end up having to do it in 2 or 3 days, and sometimes 2 or 3 hours. And it's incredible.
Jim Harvey, congratulations to you and your crew. And another boat that hasn't been doing very well lately, but is back in action, is the American Speedy Printing Team. Let's go down to Don Poyer for that story.
Jim, I'm with Ron Snyder, the driver. You only got 1 engine to work with here, pal, and you're doing a pretty good job, it looks like.
Well, you know, in the last 5 races, it's the first time we finished a complete heat.
It
feels kind of good.
Consolation race in Seattle.
Yeah. Holy mackerel. It feels kind of good, and, you know, the crew has been working their tails off on this thing, so one motor, you know, maybe that's been our handicap all year. We had too many. But, you know, we'll be ready for the next heat.
We are in Houston, Texas for the World Championships, and we'll return in a moment.